right. So that's all. You go into the website for Forbes magazine, is it, and just click on.
It is a magazine as well. It's an online version. It's worldwide, yeah.
Right.
It's massive.
That's brilliant. Did they call you Tatty Peel in it?
No, they didn't call me Tatty Peel. I get my professional Sunday name in that.
No, that's
Edinburgh, I think it was.
That's it. That's no good. It was Pork Chop's birthday yesterday.
I saw that, yes.
Did you see Pork Chop? Happy birthday, Pork Chop, belated.
Yeah.
So I had a wee glass of vino last night. I made a nice special steak for him and Aggie Baggy. So they were happy.
At his age, it would just be a wee half glass.
Just a wee half glass, you know. That's it. What else is happening this weekend? Anything?
No, just looking forward to the free whiskies night, actually. Second one, Bunnahabhain's pretty fairly common. Balvenie Sweet Toast American Oak. I'm really looking forward to that.
Aye.
We'll talk a bit about how they mature that in the Annock Peat Hat. Unusually, we went to Highland for the Peter one today.
Right.
So it's quite unusual. We're just juggling about a wee bit. So
good,
looking forward to that. Yeah,
that'd be good. What else was I going to tell you? No, we've got some good stuff to tell them as well. We've got, later on in September, we've got to tell them all about that. And then we've got what's happening. Is next week Father's Day? Father's Day, because are we not doing a special on Father's Day as well?
We will be having a special whiskies, hopefully. Well, the whiskies are selected.
Yeah.
Standard whiskies.
Because I thought we were maybe doing a wee special on Father's Day as well, but probably we'll read it in the notes just before we get before we get going. And Father's Day, and then of course the good news is pubs are able to reopen as of the 15th of June.
Possibly.
No, it's locked in. So unless our number goes through the roof. So
15th Monday, is it though?
No, next month. Not this month.
15th of July.
Yes, but what I was telling you might be pushed back a week. So that's
that's what I suspect, because they'll need to change the legislation and that.
No, this was the plan.
Wave.
Hey! Good evening, everybody. Hello, the world. It's Friday night and it's raining, so that means two things. It's the 1775 Whisky Passport, the world's most famous whisky tasting, coming live here at the Market Grill in White Creek, centre of the universe. Now here we've got a very own Tatty Peel, the Neil. He's the world's whisky equivalent. Whoa, he's the world's whisky equivalent to Wikipedia. He'll do any sort of things to do with whiskey. All you have to do is just give him a donation for giving you the information.
Oh, aye,
and he's been seen at turning up at an opening door in a kitchen on MFI to get a complimentary dram. And then who do we have? We have the master of blaster, the videotape king, Nanu Gregor. Give us a wee wave, Gregor. Come on, say hello. And then, of course, you've got moi, the dog's body, Rin Tin Tin Blakey. And of course, I draw the short straw here on a Friday night, sitting beside my compadre here. Yes.
Absolutely.
So welcome, a warm welcome to everybody tonight, folks. And we've got a great show in store for us tonight. We've got lots of nice folk watching in tonight, Neil.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some interesting whiskies as well tonight. A nice wee surprise.
I'm looking forward to that. Now, the only reason why people are tuning in tonight is probably because there's nothing on the television or they've not paid for their TV licence. Probably one of the two. Yeah. I'm sure that's not the case, you know. So we're going to see who's tuned in, Neil. And whilst I'm checking to see who's tuned in, if you could just give us a wee rundown on what whiskies we're sampling.
Yeah, the three whiskies for this evening, Graham. We're going back to my favourite distillery. Our favourite brand of whisky is Balvenie. We're going to do for their Sweet Toast Oak. I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't tasted it before. As most of you remember, the last few weeks I've been talking about Balvenie. The Founders Reserve, the 10-year-old being my favourite whisky of all time. So I'm hoping this is just an extension of that one. Then we're going to have a Bunnahabhain, a 12-year-old, very lightly smoked. It's not really peaty. Bunnahabhain from Islay is one of the unusual ones in Islay which doesn't have the peat. So
it's lovely.
And I'm actually flipping roles this week because we're having a Highland. It's Annock Peat Hat. So from Huntly in Aberdeenshire is going to be the peaty offering for this evening. And I haven't tried that either. So we've got two for the first time tonight. Looking forward to them. And I think they'll be quite interesting whiskies. Hope the guys who have bought them for tonight as well agree with me.
I'm sure they will. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's trying different stuff. Who we got here? We've got Mike checking in from Canada. Hey. Right, we've got Davy Brown checking in.
Mike's still under quarantine in
Canada.
Nova Scotia, yeah.
Aye, he'll have his drams out, whatever it is. And Graham Nichols there, Jan, Stephen Montgomery down there in the Dumfries, Galloway area. Yes, Lockerbie. He's got a tie like this. This is the tie for the Scottish Licensed Trade Association. Who else? And of course, Gordon Brown and Dare, all the way from Philadelphia. That's great. So remember tonight, folks, don't be shy. Ping us a few questions so we can pass them on to Wikipedia here and see if we can...
Don't like some of last week's ones.
We can see if we can get some right. And remember, you can text in. I'm not sure if Gregor's got the phone number up below, but he'll put that up so you can text, you can Facebook us, and hopefully you can be a bit more interaction. But tonight's brain teaser quiz for you is, I need you to think about this. What was the best present you purchased your father on Father's Day? Think about it. So Father's Day, what was the best present you bought your father on Father's Day? That's good that, eh? You know? When is Father's Day, Neil?
Next Sunday.
What?
21st of June.
You're joking?
Yeah, 21st of June.
How is that just links in well, doesn't it?
For what?
Well, I'm just thinking that, you know, people are going to tell us what they think they bought, the best thing they bought for the father on Father's Day. Maybe you could give them some ideas, like glasses or...
Yeah, you can give some nice whiskies, and I'm sure we could maybe help them with select some nice choices of a bottle of single malt whiskey. I think what we're doing as well for next Friday, we're going to do a Father's Day special, and for a very reasonable price, we'll give you an extra dram, probably about £3 or something a dram, just use up some of the stock we've got. It'll be a bit of a luck a dip, but it bolsters the present from there.
That's brilliant.
Can I mention this, Graham?
Well,
at the back.
Neil, I was actually going to say to you, yes.
Shut up then, I'll wait
No, absolutely. I was going to ask you about the new high-tech map we've invested in.
Is the blue tack working?
Oh, white tack.
White tack.
White tack. Well, I don't know what we can say nowadays.
It was a trial this week, and what we've got here is the flavour map with the light, delicate, rich and smoky. And I think we need to get a bit bigger. And I think what we're going to try and do, if we can make it work, is the whiskies we're going to do on the Friday nights. We're going to actually plot them on the map here, so everybody can have a wee look there, because nobody's really taking the gamble and sticking it in themselves of where they're going to go. And again, just to the regions and a lovely map of the countryside here, with the different regions: Speyside, Highland, Lowland, Isla, and the Highlands and Islands from there. So, yeah, it's looking good. It was a wee trial this week. I think we need to get a wee bit bigger so you can actually see it on the camera. But it's the flavour map I like. This is what I like. And if we'd be able to plot the whiskies, which will be great, I think. And
excellent.
We can start talking about that in due course.
It's always evolving. It's always evolving. Now, can you give me any more exciting updates, Neil? The 1st of September?
September.
That's the one.
Oh, this year or next year?
This year.
Yeah, 1st of September. I think we alluded to it last week. 1st of September is going to be the launch of the 1775 Whisky Passport online club. We've got a few exciting things coming along with it. It'll be £25 for membership, and we'll start promoting it probably mid-July, I would suspect. You'll get a Glencairn glass branded with the 1775 Whisky Passport. You'll also get a dram. We're not quite sure what dram it will be from there, but
a half-drunk dram?
A half-drunk one, possibly.
Yeah.
But I think quite interesting is we are going to plant an oak tree for every single member. We'll get access to oak trees, so we'll get plant an oak tree. It's sustainability, and I think it's just great that the oak used in the cask and to mature. And I think just for every cask we use, let's plant an oak tree. So
very good.
I think from there we're talking to lots of different hospitality companies as well, who will give you benefits, discounts, and some real amazing ones.
Absolutely.
Especially for you guys in the States. Mike LaRue, your colleagues in Canada. I'm not going to release it just now, but come to Scotland for a week in a motorhome and you'll tenfold your membership. So yeah, some great companies coming on board with us. So looking forward to that as well.
That's excellent. Well done, Neil. And we talked to you. Did you say about the 4th of September, which is the Friday after it? Of course.
I don't know if I've touched on it, but I mentioned to
don't spill the beans too much, but we'll give you a wee insight.
Basically, what we're going to try and do is have an international whisky tasting day. We're going to get as many people as we can from as many different countries in the world. Continents. So we're going to try and go international and have a big international day, and we might have one or two pleasant surprises away for the Scotch whisky for you guys living abroad. That's it.
Yes, we've got a lot tucked away. We're working on it now, so it gives us a good lead in, so you can all enjoy us on that evening.
Let's do that again.
Yep. Right. Special occasions. We've got a birthday. We want to say a happy birthday to Ian Kerr. His daughter Susan surprised him on Monday with the most excellent birthday set you could ever want. Something similar to the set that you would actually maybe get on Father's Day. But anyway, and then first timers, we have Craig Carter, the toenail painter.
Craig's, I heard this morning was joining us.
I think his father-in-law's joining in, so that's all good. So
Craig's too small and young to drink a full 50 mils each himself, so I think he's got to share it. Yeah,
good point.
Take it easy, Craig. Yeah.
Remember, don't drink it all. Drink responsibly. Finish what's in your glass first. And just the last wee thing that we were going to say is the date for the 17th of July. Pubs are actually, if everything goes together, the 17th of July, the pub will be back open fully as normal, obviously with the 2 metres gap. So what we've decided is we're going to do a little invite to 6 couples, so you can come with your partner, your friend, your pal, your missus, whoever you want, so that we've got 12 people that will be the audience for that night. And the way we're going to pick them is we're going to do 3 people or 3 couples from next week's whisky that purchases. We'll pick them out the hat, and then we'll do the same the week after. So that'll give us our 6.
It's the first I knew about it. So we're planning it.
It's a surprise.
The royal we.
Anyway, so that's that, and the handpicked group will come in and join us on that night. So, without causing a drama, let's get rock and rolling. Will the dram get the seal of approval? Will it get the round of applause?
It'll just get a wee.
Or will it get the raspberries?
It's not working.
What's that?
Your NASA.
What happens with the NASA?
Well, again, something comes out of space and
as you know, we had the
WBAS,
but Neil couldn't grasp it, so we've had to change it, right? And we've called it the SWAT even. It's a special whiskey application technique, right? And the way you do it is you have to go whoop whoop, right?
Whoop whoop.
No, do it again, louder.
Whoop, whoop.
No, you're not getting it. Whoop whoop. Let's hear it. Oh, that's it. Perfect, Matty. Well done. That's right up to the first whiskey.
Before we start, just bear in mind that we have the tasting notes here for you. The small map here, if you can plot your whiskies there, absolutely brilliant. And just take your own tasting notes from there and compare it as to what I think is in the whiskies we're sampling. So it's a full bottle a day, the Balvenie. David Stewart's now retired. It's a 25-year-old, I can't remember her name now, who's taken over from David.
Young
woman,
is
it Kirsten, something, I can't remember her name. Kelsey McKechnie, it's on the bottle. There we go. She's been working under David for a few years now, and she's been entrusted with a fantastic brand, Balvenie.
It's a very good.
The Sweet Toast American Oak. Balvenie is in Dufftown. It's owned by William Grant. You remember from weeks ago, Glenn Fiddick, we used that as an example of not using the region as your measurement of the different whiskies, because they're in the same town, same company, use the same water, everything's exactly the same, but absolutely completely different whiskies from there. So the American Toast Oak is what they do is they actually burn the oak to the cask to the standard, then they burn it even deeper to get more into the vanilla flavour. Then they leave that to lie for a while, 2 or 3 months, I think. Again. So this is how they do it, and it adds to the flavour. Right. So this is going to be, I think, lighter, maybe sweeter, maybe even dry vanilla. I don't know. The
colour looks quite good. Would the colouring come from the cask? Would you get a bit more because because when you look at the colour of it, it's actually quite dark. And those of you who've got at home, we've got the small bottles. It's quite dark. You would almost say it's been sherry finished for a while, but I think it's just the actual extra burning, toasting, of the actual cask itself, which makes it darker, blacker, and that colour has got to come back into the whiskey from there. So it's a 43%, absolutely bog standard. We'll go to number 1. I'm quite excited. I quite like the Balvenie. I think everybody knows the 12-year-olds out there is a cracker. So's the 21 Portwood. Have you had that? Had a wee sip of that?
You only give me a wee sip of it. You'll not give me a proper nip of it. That's about £150 a bottle or something like that.
The rest of your hair will fall out.
So we've got to have a look at the Balvenie. We've got to have a look in the glass here as per normal. As I say, it is slightly darker. It could be quite confusing here, and you could maybe infer that there was a little bit sherry maturation here, sherry finish and that. But in my understanding, there's not. Oh, God, the nose is definitely not. I've had a wee cheat there. So we've got to have a look at the legs.
That's my favourite bit. The legs.
Can you see the legs?
I like the legs.
And you can see it very light, very delicate. Wow, just really, really heavy coming down there. Lots of legs coming down. So that's good. We've got to have a quick nose because before I go to the flavour map, absolutely no smoke in here. So we're going to be sitting away down in the bottom left-hand corner on the light delicate because of the legs are nice and delicate and the colour's nice and light from there. So back to the nose. I had a wee cheat there just before I went to the...
Dr. Blackwood's joined us from the States there as well.
Dr. Blackwood?
Yes, Jeremy. You've seen his video he done a couple of weeks ago. Remember the video I showed you?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
the X-rated one.
Yes, yes.
Couldn't use in public.
And Mr. Henry's in there from all the way through the west there.
Okay. On the nose, absolutely wonderful. Really fantastic nose in this. Really light, delicate, very, very fruity. Citrus, vanilla. It's almost like a fudge. It's not quite toffee, but fudgy coming through there. A wee bit ginger.
It actually reminds me of a wine. Similar, there's a flavour that I can get that reminds me of a wine.
A wee bit spicy. Very, very light, spicy cinnamon.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar, yeah.
Blossom.
Is that in the notes you're reading off?
This is my notes I prepared earlier.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Really, really fruity. Really, there's a lovely vanilla, and it's a deep vanilla in this one, rather than just you get that sort of dry vanilla. It seems to be a bit sort of more pleasant, because as I've always said, the longer it stays in a bourbon cask, I think the vanilla dries it out a wee bit, and it's very short finish and a bit dry in it from there. So I think it's absolutely wonderful in the nose. Let's have a wee taste of it.
It's the best. Coconut.
Ooh. Citrus, zesty, really zesty, really lemon, orange peel,
tatty peel,
butterscotch, the vanilla. It
reminds me of a wine that I've
it's
pleasant. No, there's a smell that I get that reminds me of something that I've
very short on the finish. If I was going to say there was any disappointment in it, it's a bit short on the finish. Really, it's almost like a Dalwhinnie just at the very front. Maybe good for the women. I like that.
Or the people that like lighter whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely. A wee touch of water. That's
Stephen Montgomery likes a 25-year-old.
Oh yeah. That's still nice. When I say it's a short finish, it's on the tongue there, but I'm still got it's lingering. It's lingering at the front of the tongue. Yeah,
I can get it at the front bit there.
Yeah.
And Jan Robertson, she's saying it smells good.
The nose is fantastic, Jan. Absolutely fantastic.
Is Nicola on tonight?
No, Nicola's not very well just now.
Oh, well, we send her regards to him.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll be watching. Nicola's in hospital just now, but he'll probably not be watching. But you never know, he'll have his phone with him, but he'll not have a dram. He'll be in the doctor's on without a dram. He messaged me this morning, so yeah, he's doing okay.
Thinking about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So put a wee drop of water in here and go back to the nose, and it really just softens it, actually sweetens it. You get more of the vanilla coming through now, whereas before it was the zest of the lemon and the orange. It's smoother, it's softer. Vanilla, butterscotch. A wee bit of the oak coming through now, a bit of the wood coming through in it. There's still a wee hint of citrus, but I mean, the fruit's gone. Not completely, but yeah, there's a wee bit coming through now. Orange, I've lost the lemon, the zest of the lemon. A wee bit of orange. No spice, no cinnamon coming back now in it. Toffee's there, a wee bit of toffee, which is unusual because normally toffee comes in with the sherry or the port or the darker cask maturation. But there's a wee bit of toffee in that. Let's taste it.
Oh, that base back.
Oh, brings the spice out into the water.
Does, aye.
Spicy, cloves, cinnamon, ginger. You get the ginger coming through now. Absolutely no fruit. Vanilla. It's not got the dryness of the vanilla. It's beautiful. Butterscotch. That's really,
that reminds me, would you like to see my nuts? Would you like to see my nuts? He just mentioned the right word here. This is what I had.
Ginger nuts.
Ginger nuts. Now we say that, now I remember. Don't think I was going to have, well, anyway, we won't talk about nuts on television.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic thing. I'm going to have another wee taste of that because the finish is not as lingering. Yeah, definitely gingers. Yeah, definitely ginger and cinnamon. I did say that. Yeah, vanilla. But as I say, it's not like the dull finish. And a lot of the like delicate ones, I find the vanilla quite dry. I think that's wonderful. I think how would I rate that? Better than the double wood. Better than Balvenie double wood. It's up there with the signature, and it's not as good as the founder, the 10-year original 10-year-old. I think that still sticks out. But it's there. That's a fantastic expression in single malt whisky from the Balvenie.
It's not long out. When was that out? Do you remember?
I think 2017 or something. It's not that long.
I thought it was closer. The reason why I was thinking
probably, probably in the last year, 2 years.
Remember the trade show that we went at, and Neil had too much to drink, so that's probably why he doesn't remember it. But we tried to get a little soup song at the near the tail end, and there was none left. That's because they had a few different Balvenie ones there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because if it's Kelsey who's been trusted with it, when did David Stewart retire? 2018, 2018.
So by the time it came out.
Yeah, probably in the last couple of years sort of thing. But no, a wonderful drop. I hope everybody who's...
David, Mr. Brown, Ian Brown likes that.
Ian Brown, you like that, Ian? Yeah. And I know, thanks for Ian Brown, by the way. He's delivered. We're doing a special show on Tuesday for Rotarians, for some charity, for Rotary clubs to make some money during the lockdown to help the local communities. So, Inverkeithing, Rotary clubs join us with Haddington, hopefully some from Musselburgh and due course.
I've not seen Brian on the night.
So Ian delivered up to Inverkeithing for us today with his drams. So, thanks, Ian.
That's it. I mean, is there any places left if any of our viewers want to pick some up if they're in the area?
I don't see why not. We can donate it to some of the charities. We'll split it between the Rotary clubs that take part. So if anyone wants to take part, it'll be 7:30 on Tuesday. It's on Zoom, actually, so we can be a bit more interactive with them. It's a special edition just for Rotarians, but I don't see any problem. If we've got any stock left, I'd buy it. It's for charity. We're doing it free charge.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the charities.
And I'll be well behaved on that night, just like normal.
That'll be a first thing. That'll be a first.
Brian Johnston's here. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
That's it. Oh, I've got a text message coming a lot off the face. Oh, I have to pay my credit card bill. No, it's not.
The electricity's been cut
Doug
off.
Stephen, tremendous whiskey, always special.
Yeah, Bob, I agree. I think I'm going to get myself a bottle of that for the house. I think that's...
I know where you could buy one.
Whereabout?
Maybe at the Market Grill there.
A staff discount?
Yes, you get staff discount.
Staff
so does all our viewers get staff discount.
As much as I get, though.
On the 15th of July, they'll be able to come in. Have a dram.
Okay, number two. Number two is Bunnahabhain, pretty well known. Most people have tried it, but I just think I wanted to bring it in as a non-peaty Isla and bring the peat from somewhere else, just to keep driving on about the whisky flavour map as opposed to the region. So I'm really just trying to emphasise that point as we go along. So
before we go, was that seal of approval?
Absolutely.
A round of applause. So we give it the seal of approval. Right, carry on. Right, next bit.
Right, here was I can't remember what I was saying.
Okay, that's it.
Right, number two. What's number two?
Please.
Was that me? Was it?
Now, how do we get the system in play now? Let's hear you.
Woo woo. Was it? Woo woo. Woo woo.
There you go. That's it. Tap the tail.
Works for me. Never mind.
Right, there
I'm going to break the seal of this bottle just to annoy you. Bunnahabhain. Say the Gaelic, it's an Isla. And Bunnahabhain either means the estuary, the foot of the river, mouth of the river. It's Scottish Gaelic for that. It's in Arcaisk. Is it Arcaisk you pronounce it?
Oh,
Bunnahabhain is a wee village in Arcaisk, in Isla. It's one of the unusual sort of non-peated, but they do some peated expressions, I'm pretty sure. This is pretty standard. Bunnahabhain. I think I explained when we had a Bunnahabhain before. What was the one we had about 3-4 weeks ago? In the Gaelic, with a B, is pronounced a V. So opposite the Spanish, where the Spanish is a V, is pronounced a B. So I find that quite usual. I do try and speak some Spanish from there. So it's Bunnahabhain 12-year-old. Number two.
I've got to say, this is a whiskey. If I get people that come in that aren't actually whiskey drinkers, I'll start them off in that.
Would you?
I remember when I used to have the Sportsman's Bar in Musselburgh, we used to have Jackie McNamara Senior used to come in, and this was his favourite tipple. And just a little plug as well, we've got Cameron Bowles dialing in. He works for the brand, so he's dialing in.
All right.
So when we take one of our business meetings over to Islay, he'll be the one that looks after us.
That could be. We're looking into March 2021 for that.
That's
a flight to Islay for a couple of nights. Another board meeting. God, we've got a monthly board meetings all over the world.
Well, we've got our first one in Billock. Remember, folks, you can get up there and join us.
The same as Billy Connolly's World Tour of Scotland. 1775's World Tour of Scotland.
And Leslie says that's it. Leslie Samson, she says that's a lovely one. And
I agree.
And Mike again, come on, estas, amigo.
Ooh.
See, which you impressed, eh?
I'm impressed. Bunnahabhain. When we look at it, it's relatively dark. I don't think there's any sherry in that. I'm pretty sure there's no sherry in that at all.
There's no fake tan.
No fake tan. No, absolutely not. Again, it's quite unusual because they're darker than normal. But just a wee drop. It's not. It's fairly golden when you see it there. If it was any sherry, it'd be very lightly. And that is quite unusual, the Balvenie sweet toast, because of the way they're toasting and burning the wood, sort of thing from there. So, check the legs. Finger marks all over that.
That's my favourite bit.
You check the legs. Legs are actually quite slow here. It's quite a heavy one. That's quite interesting. Yeah, it's pretty slow. So where's that going to take us? Have a quick nose of it. Again, no peat. Absolutely, that's lovely as well. I would say you're sitting. There's your centre line for your ball. I always say Balvenie Doublewood sits up right in the centre there. I would say you're maybe just into the light side, just off centre. Really, really nice.
There's no smoky in it.
No smoke, no. On the nose.
Now, just quickly for the audience, Neil, if you were to say I want a smoky rich one, so we're up the top right there, what would your example be?
The well-known ones, smoky rich, would be Lagavulin.
Lagavulin,
yeah.
Now, if we went down to delicate rich, or do you want to phone a friend? I've put them on the spot here, folks.
Delicate. You really don't get many delicate on the rich. When the rich, it takes the delicate away from it, sort of thing. I think probably sitting about here as far as you go. Dalhuin would be a good one from there.
So if anybody's got any to put in, we can shoot them out.
Yeah, we can put a few in there. Your Aberlour 12-year-old, because that's out the sherry. That's probably going to sit somewhere about here.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah, so I like Richard. I like the sherry mature from there. So we've had a nose. There's no smoke in it. Wee hint of sherry, quite nutty. It's almost like
nuts.
Almonds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say hazelnuts. Nuts, nuts,
A wee bit nut in there.
Sherry, nutty, a little sweetness, malty.
A wee bit salted caramel actually.
Slightly coastal.
Almost like a Galaxy salted caramel, if you like the name. A wee bit seaweedy. Yep.
Okay, Balvenie, tremendous whiskey, always special, Doug says. Oh, and Klein's Is that right? That's just in case the bottom one.
Kleinleash, yeah.
Kleinleash,
yeah.
Thanks for that there. Right, what about here?
Now,
yes.
the fruit, there's a wee fruit coming in this one, Graham. Wee fruit coming in it.
All right, what fruit would it be?
Apples.
Oh!
Green apples.
Oh, look what I've got him. This is for his car, folks. I got him this today when I was out there with Gary McFarlane, one of your ex-compadres. So what I've done is I've got this, I'm going to put a market sticker on it, I'm going to put it in Neil's car, so every time he drives he thinks of me, and I'm sure all of you are jealous. So there you go, Tatty Peel. I won't unwrap it because it'll taste.
Alright, okay. Yep, there's green apples in that there, a wee bit coming through. Yeah. Okay, right, let's have a wee taste.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put much in that one.
I'd be like, I enjoy that.
That's interesting. Sherry.
Yep.
Really sherry, dry, vanilla. We touch the smoke on the palate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It comes over as a wee bit smoky. No peaty. Smoky. Fruit. A real unusual fruit in this one. I'm going to have to take another wee taste of that because I just want to double check.
Juicy Sultana?
Nope.
Jeremy Blackwood thinks it's a bit salty.
It's salty, yes.
Salty
salty
as well.
Cherries. It's almost like a red cherry.
Oh! No comment.
Dry.
But I do see what you're getting at. Yeah. That's nice seeing what we've got coming in.
There's a sweetness coming through the saltiness as well, though. No, it's quite salty, Jeremy, you're right. Yes. But there's an element of sweetness coming through the vanilla.
Apple cider, is that what you're looking for?
Apple cider.
Somebody's telling me you want an apple cider.
I could be. I might have one the night after I get home.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, well.
That's actually very pleasant. Yeah, I quite like that. I've had it before, but it's some time ago. So on the palate, it's a medium finish. Again, that's lingering, stronger than the Balvenie Toast Oak.
It is.
And the salt's lingering quite a bit there. Quite a bit of the salt hanging about. Does anybody agree with that? The nuttiness is coming. Yeah, there'll be more of the nuttiness coming back. I've got it here.
Nuts, oh hazelnuts.
I can't concentrate.
He's all excited about driving home tonight with this and
the green apples.
The green apples.
The water changes that considerably. Softens it absolutely great. The salt's gone. Seaweed's gone.
Oh,
nuttiness is gone.
That's lovely.
It's vanilla.
I think that's only about £3 a nip at the Market Grill in White Creek, which is great.
I'm trying to even get the cherries. I'm going to go a bit deeper into it. Yeah, there's a wee bit of fruitiness here. You could class cherries, dry, sort of glazed cherries. Hard to say. Maraschino.
Mochaccino. Is that the one?
No.
I thought it was a coffee, but it's...
is it? It could be.
No, it's the cherries. It's that Mancino cherry.
It's like, the glazed cherries you get in the jar in the bar for a wee nice cocktail, a wee Manhattan or something like that. A wee bit of that sort of thing.
Cherry in the bar.
I'll call it glazed cherries then. Is it maraschino? Maraschino or something like that?
Aye, maraschino, that's what I was trying to say. What's it? Jan says, Cabaret take them and they cover them in chocolate. Oh, that's the song! That's it. And Graham Nichols asking where you put Cabokin on the tasting. Now, which one are you on about?
I had Cabokin 3-4 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cabokin's beautiful.
Yeah.
We've got a friend. I don't know if Alistair's dialed in, our friend up there at Tomatin. Definitely on the radar for a wee visit.
Yep. Right. With the water, very nice, very tasty. It certainly softens it. The cherry's still there.
It's nice.
Vanilla, the oaky, a wee bit of sherry. The finish is shorter. It's not lingering the same. It's a much shorter finish, but very pleasant.
Very, very pleasant.
Yeah, again, Isla Whisky. You're known to the smoke, the peat. You want to try an Isla Bunnahabhain. There's a few expressions from it. Is it Sturaber? We've done a taste of that some time ago. That's a really nice one as well. That's a bit more caramelly. I think that's a a sherry finish, but really good.
Yeah. I was over at the distillery with Davy Pringle, as I was telling you, and it was a cracking, excellent tour. Still, you could tell that it's like the rest of the distilleries, they're working on it, they're putting a lot of investment into it. But no, it was a nice tour, you know. So what have we got next there?
Are you phoning anybody this week?
I think I might. Let's just see what I can find. If I can find, here it is.
Why
don't we start getting
get the third whisky in for me anyway. We'll start talking about that.
Right. Oh, what do we say?
I can't remember what it is now.
Whoop, whoop. That's it. Whoop, whoop.
It wasn't loud enough, it's like I'm halfway.
Right, let's go and phone my friend here. Let's see if we can get him. His name's Davy Brown. He's in charge of the new Krabby's distillery.
Oh, yeah.
And he's always up for a laugh. We don't know what we're going to ask him. Hello?
Hello?
Is that Mr. Brown?
It is speaking. You had me there. I was thinking that's Graham phoning, but I'm looking at him on the telly.
He's famous. He's famous.
You must be sitting on the phone there, Davy. You answered it off a quick for him.
You're no in the bath, are you? Are you in the bath?
No.
No matey or bubble bath. Here, just a quickie, I know we're short of time. How's the Krabby's distillery come along?
It's doing well, thanks, Graham. Thanks for asking. We finally got the thing operational. We had a few setbacks. Probably some of you will have known that we found not one, not two, but three archaeological finds under our floor, which was I think we found the last man in Edinburgh, but it cost us about 6 months, which wasn't ideal.
That's a bit like Neil's wallet as well. It's hard to find it, you know.
Davy, sorry, Davy, is the Krabby's whisky then the same as Krabby's Green Ginger? The same company.
Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Is that the same as the old original Krabby's Green Ginger, John Krabby?
Yes, it is. So there's a fantastic history around Krabby's, which some Edinburgh folks might know a bit about. But basically, it was originally a whiskey business. John Krabby was one of the founders of the North British distillery,
That's right.
and in fact, Mrs. Krabby, Charlie McLean informs me, was in fact the father of modern whiskey. So the father of modern whiskey was in fact a woman. She and Mrs. Usher of Usher Hall fame, the two women were tea blenders, and it was they who came up with the idea of blending whiskey, apparently. So there you have it.
Yes, because is it Arthur Usher in the 1600s is referred to as the father of blended whiskey.
Yes,
and he took the
When
credit.
Charlie did a bit more research, he found out it was actually the women who did it. But obviously, in those days, the women couldn't get any credit for anything. So, in fact, they weren't even allowed to drink whiskey. Believe it or not, they had to drink what were called cordials at the time because it was regarded as too strong for women to be imbibing in. So there you go.
At the same time, Edinburgh was the beer capital of the world. And there was more breweries and beer sold per capita than anywhere else in the world, and Usher was really massive behind it. But just an interesting fact for you, a very good friend of mine, Michael Ennis, an Irishman who is actually 65 today, or was it yesterday or today was. Michael was a jockey in his younger days and actually rode John Krabby's horse Balmute Boy to a few winners in the early 80s.
I didn't know that. Every day I'm finding out new facts about this family.
Through Michael, I got to meet John Krabby in the early 80s. It was really just the Green Ginger at the time, but that's amazing. Michael will know being because Irish, he drinks Guinness.
Anyway, Davy, thanks. It was just a wee quickie. Anything else you want to finish off with before we say cheerio?
No, I think as usual, boys, you're putting on an entertaining wee show. I'll tell you one thing. I noticed a lot of people have been talking about things like salted caramel and stuff. A wee tip for you. I know some of you will have tried this, but if you try chocolate with whiskey, just little bits of it, it goes really well. Different chocolates for different whiskies, but just a wee fun thing to do is you try the whiskey first of all, taste it, and then take a wee sliver of chocolate, ideally dark chocolate, high cocoa content or best, not too much, otherwise you'll just overpower the whiskey, but it transforms certain whiskies and makes them taste amazing.
There's a few distilleries doing it with the chocolate now, doing wee tastings. Dalwhinnie I think Aberfeldy as well, the World of Yours, is doing some chocolate.
We did it at Dalmore as well. I think everyone has a different pairing, which is quite fun as well, but that's getting really geeky there. But any high cocoa content chocolate and pretty much any whiskey will taste fantastic. So
excellent. So back to the nuts or hazelnuts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what prompted me.
Right, Bruni. Right, you be good. We'll catch you later. Cheers. Bye-bye. There we go, Mr. Brown. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Davey used to be the boss, one of the bosses up at Caledonian Brewery. He was also at Bellhaven as well, and then he was with White and Mackay. So he's well connected. So he's probably a good person to get on the show one day when we get out of lockdown and get on interviewing.
He's that well connected and still speaks to you.
Oh, of course. Hi, Steve.
Anyway, right, where were we?
Whoop, whoop. Now, did that one get the seal of approval?
Oh yes, Wouldn't have
okay,
good, yeah.
Right, there we go.
Is that okay? So,
yes.
So far, Balvenie is still better for me.
I'm preferring that. I do,
okay,
but it's that's what makes it
so
special.
Peter 1. Not every week we have a Peter 1, but I thought we'd bring a Peter 1 into it, and it's nice and easy for me. It actually tells me it's 40 ppms.
Oh,
so that's pretty peaty.
It's quite fast.
And it's Annoch. It's pronounced Annoch, which is Gaelic for hill. It's in the Highlands. It's just outside inside Huntly, but it's Annoch is the brand. It's Knockdhu is actually the distillery. I think it's called. This is another brand among Balblair and 3 or 4 other different things. It's owned by in-house. Is it Inverbev? Inverbev, the Thai company. It's another Thai.
Right, I know InBev.
In-house, Inver, something like that. Yeah, you know what it's like. So it's 40 ppms. It's 46% alcohol by volume.
Not mph, not miles per hour. ppms.
Actually, I had a wee cheat there. I had a nose at the bottle, and I'm bad for that.
Jan liked that. Mike says good that he likes the chocolate idea. Yes.
Yeah, I think once we go live, because we've done the food pairing. I've told you before, I do the 3 whiskies with 3-course lunch. But the other one is with chocolate, as David said, and I think we'd love to try that. Another one's with cheeses. I think cheeses, having some whiskies with some real interesting cheeses, another way just to look at whiskey different ways. Because the amount of people now who's tuning in regular and they're saying they're actually never bothered with whiskey before, they're actually enjoying it more. And I think it's a fact. The more you appreciate it, the more you understand it, the more you actually enjoy it.
Absolutely.
The old theory is it's 40-year-old before your palate changes and you appreciate a single malt whiskey.
I've still got 10 years to go.
It's because we were on food of the dad's cupboards in the 16-year-old and we couldn't face it after being ill for 3 days. So
speak for yourself.
Well, I'll take it. I'll take that.
Pork chop.
Stuart will be happy with that one.
Aye.
He's that miserable. He'll not have a bloody cabinet with whiskey in it.
I got a nice bottle from Davy Pringle the other week, a nice present, and I thought I'll go and have a wee dram from it. It had evaporated. I think the angels had consumed it all.
So we're going to have a look at the Annoch. Really, really pale. Really sort of straw coloured. So it just tells us it's bourbon matured. We roll on the side of it. Legs are fairly quick there, so it's very light, very delicate. Well, not delicate, rather, sorry, because it's got to be in the smoky. We know it's smoky because we've looked at the bottle. On the nose, wow. Yeah, that's fair bit of smoke. So we're going to go on to the light side.
Jan's going to try it.
We're starting pushing up. Not up as far as smoky as Ardbeg and some of the other ones, but we're sort of halfway up onto the light. That's lovely. Very citrusy.
Graham, Nicola was asking about the 2006 edition of the Kobokin. We tried it.
That's not the one we had.
No, I've got it here.
Yeah.
You can buy it here for about £4 odds. No, it's a special one. It's nice, beautiful. Yeah.
It was the standard one we had. It had a name behind it. I can't remember what it was.
Was it the Kobokin? Maybe, but it was maybe the basic Kobokin. Anyway, the point is,
they make it every year. They release it every year, so they only make it the spirit for the week in the year.
That's it.
So every year has a different expression. So I don't think it was that one. But back to the Annoch, it's very, very citrusy, very light, lemon. Wow, yeah. It's almost like pears.
Susie's saying it reminds her of being at the old Edinburgh Royal Infirmary.
Sweet. Yeah, it's pears, definitely pears in that. Peaches, pears, pears. Yeah, pear.
Let me taste my notes here.
Lemon.
Chocolate malt.
On the nose, after a wee bit, hold it at your nose and keep breathing in. It's like a pipe tobacco, the pipe's cold. No, it's cold, and just you bring an old pipe up to your nose,
Oh,
no, you don't get that? No, I do. It reminds me, it's no cigar. It's more like pipes. It's a sweeter than cigar. There's quite a sweetness into that. Yeah, that's quite pleasant actually. 40 ppm. It doesn't
bounce out like that, does it?
It's too strong a peat. So this might be interesting.
Again, this is what these tastings are for. Buy a small measure, try it. You know if you like it. If you don't, we're at the end of the world.
The peat hits you. Yeah, the first thing you get is a peat.
I'm getting quite a lot of strength. I'll wait for the water to go in that one.
Wow. Hang on.
I'm just reading the notes here. It says that usually about Highland Park whiskies sit about 20 ppms. Maybe if Jim Grierson's on, he can correct us.
You'll be pleased to know. Apples.
Oi! Apples, oh apples.
You know, right dry Granny Smith sour. Yeah, well, but there's a sweet. No, it's not sweet and sour. That's not how I would describe it. No, I can't. Chocolate limes. Chocolate lime. There's an interesting one.
Well, I've got quite a few folk done me on WhatsApp here. Kenny's tied in from Glasgow. He told me he wasn't going to go there, but nice. I thought he said he was going to discuss your nipples, but it's tipples. So Kenny, well done. David Brown, yeah, there we go. Stephen Montgomery. Oh, he's got a club, chocolate club. Does that count?
Chocolate club.
There you go. You're probably glad he's here. That's what Stephen's consuming there. Chocolate
Who's
club.
That?
Stephen Montgomery down in Dumfries there. He's been let out for the weekend.
Chocolate orange. I think that would be good with Dalwhinnie because they do Terry's chocolate orange, and I think their tastings up in Dalwhinnie. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
There we go.
And there's certain other ones. What was the whiskey word last week? It had a bit minty in it as well.
I can't even remember what the day of the week is.
There was mint, so maybe a chocolate mint. We could have a whiskey tasting with club biscuits.
Yeah, or biscuits. Because we've got my nuts.
Anyway.
Have you put water in that yet?
I've put water in mine, yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
I couldn't reach over. A lot sweeter. Yeah, the peat, it takes a lot of the peatiness out. It's a lot sweeter. That's really nice. Vanilla. Almost butterscotch. The apples, like an apple crumble, actually. And it's just a nice stewed apples. We get that sweetness, maybe some sugar.
Yeah, you can.
And apples as you're stewing them.
Definitely.
Really nice.
I think, if you're not a smoky fan, you're probably not like that. You prefer the one last week, the quarter cast. That was a lot sweeter to me anyway.
I think it's quite sweet, actually, but it's harsher than the Lafroig quarter cask. We'll get a wee taste with the water.
Pork chop, that bottle, Dad's saying that a bottle of 12-year-old Glendronach arrived in the post. That was a birthday present from Anne and from Claire, but I told them to get you the 15-year-old, not the 12-year-old, so I could drink the bit that you took out.
Vanilla, pipe tobacco, definitely. Pipe tobacco's coming through in that quite strong now. Lingering finish, but sweetening as the finish comes in. The vanilla's coming through again. It's not a dry vanilla. Sometimes too much bourbon or a long time. I don't know. It's not aged at all, isn't it? No, it's not aged. I don't know what age it is, but it's actually a pleasant vanilla. There's just a nice linger coming through. That's actually very good. 40 ppm's reasonably strong in the peat. It's a Highland. You'll get half your Isle of whiskies are 40, so it's equivalent to. I think that's the peatiest expression that they've ever done.
And everybody's enjoying it with the water in. Yeah. And Scott Peoples, he's enjoying his drams. He's a great example of somebody that's not a big whiskey drinker, but
I think all whiskies I prefer a touch of water in, but I think it softens I always think the peat's quite harsh and the burnt feeling in your mouth, and I think water, you really need to do that. But yeah, that's a very pleasant drop. Yeah. For Highland, very peaty, 40 ppm's. Yep, measures up with Isla's. So yeah,
that was very good. Really what one would you give that? Seal of approval, round of applause, or a raspberry?
Seal of approval.
Right. So have we had them all seal of approval tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. Well done. That was good. That was excellent. They had a customer in earlier on tell me that he was tried a nice French whiskey. You know what it was called? Le Frog. Anyway. That's what I thought. But anyway, I just thought I'd spread the Christmas cracker jokes in the middle of the year.
You want an interesting fact?
That's what I've got here.
Right.
Useless fact.
An interesting fact. It's not a useless fact. I think it's relevant this week. I was reading about the history in Edinburgh and David Brown, and it's no staged, and David will vouch for this. Originally in Edinburgh, and I think it was in the very early 1500s, it was King James IV of Scotland actually granted the licence to barbers to sell whisky. They were the only people who could sell whisky in Edinburgh at that time, and it was because barbers were classed as surgeons.
That's right.
And it was actually medicinal. So in 15, I'm sure it was 1506, 1505.
And that's where the red and the white came from.
Yes,
bandages.
Yeah. The bandages came from the barbers' poles.
Yeah.
That sort of thing, and that all started through whisky in the 16th century. So 1505, and that was in Edinburgh. That was certainly in Edinburgh. Surgeon barbers, as they referred to, were the only people who could sell whisky. But that was at roughly the same time as all the beer, when, as David said, the women used to sell beer in the flats in the Royal Mile and lower the beers down to men. Then men didn't like that. Women were banned from doing it, and some of them were burnt as witches.
We're not going down that.
But that's factual. It's history. Yeah,
that's good.
But it was surgeon barbers are referred to, who were the original sellers of the licence in selling whisky in Edinburgh in particular.
That's pretty good. David Brown likes my joke. That's good. But another wee useless fact.
He's just pleased tonight,
David Brown was telling us the day that NASCAR, the reason NASCAR started it was because of the bootleggers in the United States were soaking their cars up away to get from the police in those days. There you go. Useful fact.
Useful.
Now, next Sunday, what day is it?
Father's Day.
So what do we need to do for your father, folks?
Buy them a pack of whiskey.
Buy them a whiskey. Buy your next door neighbour a pack of whiskey.
Yeah, because you don't have to tune in on the Friday. We get it for Father's Day. Give them the link to the next Friday's show. Oh, good.
Yes,
to next Friday's show. And they can watch it on the Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, have a nice dram and relax on Father's Day. Hopefully my daughters will get me my usual jalapeno pretzels. I always get a bag of them, which are fantastic. Blow your head off. And have that with wee dram. I think it's a nice smoky one. So
it's nice. So remember, get your orders in, folks. If you put your order in, Gregor will have it up on the screen that for a few extra pesetas, a few extra golden tokens, you'll get an extra surprise whiskey, which you can beat. We keep on giving here, folks. It's all for you. That's why we're here, not for us. All for you, So remember, you can get your tickets for the prize draw to come and join us when we get back going again. Now, have you got anything else you want to say, Tatty Peel? Am I forgetting anything?
No, I don't think so.
Well, just before I forget,
Director's Dram.
We've got the Director's Dram. We need to be quick. We're getting on time here. Sorry, guys. I'm forgetting about this myself. Right, what have we got?
Highland Park.
Yeah.
Viking Tribe. That's a new one, isn't it?
That's it. It just came out for you.
46% ABV. Yep. Irina Roznova's in from Nancy in France. This is her favourite brand. Is Highland Park.
Jan Robertson's going to change to a barber shop now, she says, so she can get
these days are gone, I think. Oh, this is... There you go, Gil. I'll let you...
That's it, thank you. Yeah. Sorry for cutting on time.
Nice and light, nice and golden. I've not heard of this before, but Highland Park usually got a wee hint of smoking them up in Dingwall, up no time.
Orkney.
Kirkwall. Dingwall in Orkney. Kirkwall.
Jim Grierson, that maybe dials in, it's one of his favourite drams, but he used to work with him. He was telling me some
the
stories.
Viking Tribe, just the
Vikings rowing the boat.
Yeah. So look at the legs. Legs are pretty slow, actually. There's a few coming down there, but they're pretty slow. And that's
I like it, actually.
Love the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Butterscotch vanilla. A wee hint of smoke, but nothing much.
Nothing. Well, maybe about 20 ppms going by what they were saying.
Is as much as that?
About that, that's what they were saying.
Very floral, a wee touch of smoke. Butterscotch. Yeah, citrus coming through now, but the citrus is quite slow in that one. It's
quite tangy,
I've not tasted it yet. I'm still getting quite a lot going on actually in the nose. There's quite a lot in the nose of this.
I'm quite surprised at that. Again, another choice for the Director's Dram. Some intellectual gentleman picking that whiskey. Wonder who that'd be.
Right on the.
Exactly.
Really citrusy. orange coming through there. Cloves, spicy. Wee hint of smoke. Toffee. I like that. It's a bit drier than the standard Highland Park, but actually quite pleasant. The drops of water. Slide going. Oh well, just sheer fruit with water in it. Just very citrusy, lemon, orange.
I could
vanilla coming
drink
through
that quite happily. Yep.
Yeah, but you get the cloves actually. You get the wee bit sort of spicy cloves coming through. That's very pleasant.
That is definitely nice wee.
Wow, what a finish on that with the water.
It's nice.
Good medium finish, lingering. Smoke, almost a bit of sea salt there coming through. The smoky, lingering, cloves, spicy. Yep, they're a wee bit citrus. Not a lot. Not a lot of citrus. There's no toffee in the water in the finish. But yeah, medium. It's actually a very nice expression from Highland Park. Yeah.
I know that if I was a father, I would probably enjoy that for Father's Day.
But I'll be quite honest, I prefer the standard Highland Park.
Right.
I prefer the standard one to that. It's pretty tasty though, pretty nice, yeah. As I always say, no such thing as a bad whiskey.
And
some are better than others.
Trying different stuff.
Order of preference, not including the director's dram. Thank you.
Yep.
In third place, Bunnahabhain.
Oh, Bunnahabhain in the old numero 3.
Pete Hart. Pete Hart in second.
Oh, it's a numero 2.
And way out top of the day. Top of the day is absolutely fantastic. The Balvenie.
You like the Balvenie?
Yeah, I always sway towards a Balvenie. It takes a lot of beating. So, see who agrees with me. Not necessarily in that order, but Balvenie certainly, which is unusual for me to select number 1, which is usually lighter, more delicate. If I like the sherry more sort of richer finishes, so it's unusual for me to do that. But I think the toast, the extra burning of the toasting of the cask brings a lot of flavour and character to it. So
yeah, it's nice,
absolutely brilliant.
Well, thank you very much, Neil. Thanks
you
for that. Gregory, anything you want to put in there? Nanu.
Have we got to tell everybody my fame in the Forbes magazine?
I was saying that, Forbes, if you all check out, folks, Tatty Peel was in Forbes magazine. They said that he was from the centre of Scotland, which
Edinburgh.
But that's actually from McMurray. So well done, Neil.
We've got listening for some online Whisky dosing.
The guys that are in America can watch. Jeremy Blackwood says if you add the tears of the Minnesota Vikings fans, this would taste better. And we being a Green Bay Packers fan, there's plenty of those tears.
Whatever that is.
Right. Anything else, Tatty Peel?
Nope, that's us.
Get your orders in for next week, folks. Remember, it's Father's Day. Get the wee special extra bits and bobs. Get the Delector's Dram. And what are we going to say, folks? Slange.